What is up, you guys? Today I'm going to be starting off a new vlog, and I am going to be starting off my Meeting Cassandra Clare vlog, which I am so excited about. What's up, guys? So we're on our way to downtown. We're gonna first pass by the place that it's at, and we're gonna see if there's a line yet. Don't want to get copyrighted. See, there's a line, and if there is, then we're gonna find somewhere to park and get in line. If there's not, or if it's not a lot of people, then we're gonna get a drink somewhere and just walk downtown. So that's what we're doing.
Alright, so we've been walking for 2 hours. My feet hurt. I'm ready to
2 hours. So, we're here, we're waiting in line. We've been here since 5, and it's barely 5:20, and it doesn't start till 7, so we're going to be here for a while, just waiting. And Seth's really excited. He really wants to be here.
All of them, the Mortal Instruments, I read all of them up until City of Holy Fire.
Okay.
Because I refused to read it because someone told me that something bad happens, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna read it.
Okay.
So I reread the entire series over and over again, except for that book.
Oh my god. Okay. Have you read the
Thank you. Hi, how are you? Alright, so Magnus or Allie?
Thank you.
Oh, Magnus is pulling ahead.
I'm sorry not to say that.
You love Julian? I love Julian. He's so complicated and not entirely good, which is what I love about him. So I always like my Julian fans. They're a little bit bad.
Okay, guys, at this point, I'm just going to give my overall experience and say any last things I want to tell you guys. So I think the last thing that you saw was us getting our book signed and then leaving, which was pretty much it. But I do want to tell you guys a little bit about my experience and all of that stuff. So let me just go ahead and get into it. It worked was that Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu came out, and they had a moderator.
Anything in this writing process that shocked you with either one of these characters or maybe surprised you? If you've known them for so long, if there was any little tidbits that maybe they hadn't told you about before in their storyline.
And I also think they did surprise me. They both did. I think Magnus, with some of the stuff that he remembers about his past, was really surprising to me. And Alec, I don't think it's a spoiler to say this, kind of his arc in this book is to kind of figure out that one of the things that he cares about that is going to be a big principle in his life is social change, making the clave better. He believes he can make his government better, and that it should be better because it's not, it has major flaws. And so this is when he kind of figures out that what he wants to be in life is agents of change. And I think that is something that I probably didn't know about Alec until I'd written kind of, all the way to the end of the Mortal Instruments and even the Dark Artifices, and I knew a lot more about him, and that he had come to the Dark World or Shadowhunter Alliance, and that he has become this very powerful politician, and all of that is fueled by his desire to change the world. And this, I think, is where that spark gets lit.
And then they had a segment where we got to ask questions to Wesley and Cassie. And so I had a question. I had a question ready, but I raised my hand and she never came to me. But then they were like, okay, now we're going to give away some Magnus plushies and some arcs of Ghost from the Shadowhunter Market, or Ghost from the Shadow Market.
So at the end of this event, we're going to give away some prizes. So we have a plushie Magnus. I just want to know, show of hands, should we have a plushie church? Yes!
Totally
agree with you. And we also have arcs of Ghost of the Shadow Market. I know, they were like brand new. I don't even have a copy, so.
I might steal that before anybody gets it and run out with it.
Do not do that.
And I was like, I want that. Like, I want that. But when she started asking the questions, I didn't raise my hand because I didn't want to get the answer wrong in front of Cassandra Clare about her books. Like, what? And Seth was like, raise your hand, raise your hand. I was like, I don't know the answers. The first thing that she asked was, what color are Alex's eyes? And I was like, green, brown. I don't know. They're blue. Like, I know they're blue. Like, if I just chill and somebody just asked me, like, what color are Alex's eyes? And I would be like, oh, Alec Lightwood, his eyes are blue, his hair is black. But in the moment, I didn't know. So, I don't have a Magnus plushie, and I don't have the arc of Ghost from the Shadow Market. I'm going to have to pre-order it and pay money for it. And some people got it for free, but not me. So, there's that. So after that, we had to give them some time to get back and get settled to do the actual signing. And as I said, we were in the A group, so we got to go first. So whenever they called the A's, we went and lined up, and they walked around, and they would give you a sticky note. Well, they asked you what your name was, and they wrote it on a sticky note and put it inside your book so that whenever you went up to her for her to sign it, it would go by faster and the line would go by quicker. So, as you saw, whenever I went to meet Cassie, Seth was behind me and he was recording. And we had like a moment, like you can say that, and it was amazing. Okay. I knew I wanted to say something to her. I knew I wanted to tell her something. So I decided to just tell her something about Julian because I also love Julian. And there's some people who don't love Julian. So I was like, I got this. So I go up to her and she asked me how my day was or how was I? And I was like, good, how are you? And she was like, all right. So Magnus or Alec? And I was like, Magnus, obvi. Like, I love Magnus. He's like that dude. Like, he has been in every single Shadowhunters books. He is like an iconic character. I'm just like, Magnus is that boy, like Magnus. And she was like, oh, okay. And then Wesley said something. He was like, good choice or something like that. And I was like, yeah. But anyways, so then I was like, and Julian, I love Julian. Because I don't think you can hear me that well, but that's what I said. I'll play the clip again for you in a second. But I was like, and Julian, I love Julian. And she was like, you love Julian? I love Julian. And I was like, yeah, you made him. I hope you love him. So then she was like, started walking off because I wanted to like say thank you to Wesley or say something to Wesley. And I know the line was like trying to go, whatever. So she was like, I always love my Julian fans. They're a little bit bad. And I turned around and I was like gave her the smile and we had like a moment because it was so funny because Julian is, as we all know, not wholly good, but he's not bad. Like, he's not a villain. He's not evil. But he does have some, like, dark characteristics and dark tendencies. And it's like, I guess if you're a fan of Julian, you kind of have to be a little bit different. And you have to accept the darkness of it. And I was just like, that's really funny that she said that because it kind of fits. And I was like, huh. Like, that's me. I love Julian. But no, it was so amazing. Like, it was just really funny. And I'm glad that I said that because I wouldn't have had that, like, moment if I would have been too scared to say anything, which I almost was. But it was really funny.
Well, it's nothing me. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? All right, so Magnus or Alec?
Thank you.
Oh, Magnus is pulling ahead, I think.
Sorry about to say that.
You love Julian? I love Julian. He's so, like, complicated and, like, not entirely good, which is what I love about him. So, I always like my Julian fans. They're a little bit bad.
So then, I move on, and I barely got to tell Wesley anything. I kind of just had to smile at him because we were already moving. And I didn't record Seth because I was too in the moment. And I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to be present in the moment, and I didn't want to pull out my phone, but thankfully he recorded me, but I didn't get to record him. And so she noticed that he didn't have a name in it, and she was like, oh, are you giving this to someone? And he was like, yeah, her. And he pointed at me, and I was like, Seth, like, why would you say that? And then Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu started laughing, and she was like, oh, like, I figured y'all out, like, I spoiled y'all's trick. And then Seth was like laughing. Everybody in the room was laughing because, yeah, like, we tricked y'all. Like, it was pretty funny. And because I think I explained this earlier, but I will go ahead and re-say it. We got one copy of Red Scrolls of Magic each, and then if you wanted to, you could bring a book from home that is one of Cassie's, and she would sign it, so a backlist title. So I took mine, you know, I had my Red Scrolls and I had my backlist title, and then I gave my other backlist title to Seth so that he could get it signed for me. And yeah, so they figured us out. We weren't that slick, like, they totally caught on, but it was fine and they didn't care, and it was amazing. So, yeah, and then we just left and we took a cute picture. I'll insert it here. Yeah, it was really amazing. I'll go ahead and show you guys the books that I got signed and everything, and then that'll be it. So this is what the cover of Red Scrolls of Magic look like, if you didn't know. Yeah, this is what it looks like. There's Magnus and Alec. Lovely. They're holding hands. Iconic. I love that for them. But anyways, more importantly, as you can see, it says for Andrew, and it's signed by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. It's kind of funny because you can't really see the R. It kind of looks like faux Andrew, but whatever. Then I also have a second copy of Red Scrolls, and it is also signed by Cassie and Wesley. I also got City of Bones signed by Cassandra Clare. This was one of my backlist titles that I got signed. And then, of course, I have Queen of Air and Darkness signed by Cassandra Clare. I wanted to ask her to sign it, like, on the inside, like, by Julian and Emma. But I feel like it would have taken up too much time because the line was going quickly, and I feel like they wouldn't have appreciated if I held up the line for that. The final things that I have to show you are just these little iron-on Shadowhunter Army little, like, embroidery things that you can put onto a jacket, whatever. I'm just going to put them on my shelf, but they were giving those away when we walked out, which I thought was cute. I mean, it's not a Magnus plushie, but it's still cool, I guess. It's really cool to be able to meet the author who created this world and who created so many beloved characters for so many people that represent so many things to so many different people. Like, I know that these books have helped a lot of people through really hard times, and myself included. So, because I've barely been on this, because I barely started reading Shadowhunters, any of them, whenever I was camping last year. So I've only been on this for almost a year, and I have already gone to these books multiple times when my life has been really rough and I haven't had anywhere else to go, and I needed a distraction, or I needed something to help me, you know, not feel some of the pain and alleviate some of the pain that I was feeling in my life. And I really found that in these books. And I know some people might not understand that, but my fellow book readers, you'll understand what I'm saying, and you'll understand the depth that comes with reading. And I just want to say thank you to Wesley Chu, and thank you to Cassandra Clare for being in Austin with us and letting us spend that night with you and spend the release day of Red Scrolls of Magic with you guys. It was awesome and it was super fun. But I think that's all I have to say. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!